I am Greg. This is Stephanie. This is our podcast, Living in Key West. We're both real estate agents, so if you ever thought about buying, selling, or having your property managed here in the Florida Keys, please reach out to us, and we'd be more than happy to help you out. We actually would be thrilled. Stephanie.
Yeah.
My better half. What's up? We had to, I think we're both a little sleepy right now.
We are both a little sleepy.
I'm trying to bring
we're
that
rallying.
energy.
Yeah, we're rallying.
I mean, I've drank, this is the whole thing of coffee. I'm trying to bring that energy. I'm speaking loud right now.
Yeah.
In my billowing voice. And, is that the correct?
I think it's bellowing.
Bellowing?
Yeah, but close.
Okay, fine, guys. Make fun of me now because I said billowing and not bellowing.
It's just dyslexia.
Yeah, leave me alone. All right, I guess I'm done talking. Stephanie, what's up?
I think part of the reason why we're tired, at least for me, this time of year, allergies kick my butt. And so, the allergies are really bad right now. But the problem is that it's so beautiful outside that you want to spend time outside. The girls want to spend time outside, but then they get really, their eyes get really watery and yucky and their nose, and they get sneezy, and then they have, little coughs and stuff. So you feel bad because, it's beautiful weather and you want to be out in it. But, man, that pollen kicks your butt. So it makes me very tired. And then I have, a lot of sinus pressure and stuff. So
it's also that, it's almost 4 right now.
Yeah.
So, that 3 o'clock time, you're just I could take a nap.
You didn't take your nap today either.
I did not take my nap. A nap?
You've been taking your naps. You've been liking taking your naps.
I mean, we get up early and we hit the ground running.
We do. It's true.
I'll get up at 5 o'clock.
Yeah.
5:30. And first thing I do is come out here and start working.
Yep.
And I love it, so I'm not complaining.
No, but
I'm justifying why I'm sleepy.
From 5 a.m. on, we're
I'm
working.
checking out our MLS.
Yeah.
Answering emails.
Yep.
And then we go out and go on an hour and a half long walk.
Yep.
On our TikTok live.
Mm-hmm.
And answering 300 to 500 questions.
Yep.
And then, golly, I get back, I check the MLS again, see if anyone tossed anything in there.
Yep.
And it's lunchtime.
Yeah. Appointments, open houses, lives, events, all that. Yeah. It's fine. But
it's great. I'm just saying that's why
you've been taking your nap. Yeah. Because you get up really early and hit the ground running.
To put on I have to put on a movie. I put on anything, but I like to put on a movie. But if I do put on a movie, it has to be a movie that I've seen.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because if I haven't
seen it, then I'll kind of have one ear open trying to listen to it. Even a TV show or anything, it's got to be something I've already seen. So usually I'll just go Disney Plus because that has in my opinion the best sleepy time movies. And I'll put on National Treasure, one of the Pirates, one of the Marvels, and I've seen them all multiple times. So it's easy to you have that background noise, but then go to sleep.
Yeah. But
if you turn on something that I haven't seen,
even if you don't even care about it, but if you haven't seen it, then
I'm
you're
just what'd they say? What's happening over there, Stephanie?
I'm aren't you sleeping?
Oh, I can't. Mm-hmm. I mean, she has to change the station.
Yeah.
Or channel or whatever.
Yeah.
So, there you go. There's our my nap time ritual.
Yes, absolutely. So we're both a little tired, but we got back. We did the
Chihuahua
racing of the Chihuahuas this afternoon. So it was a fundraiser for the Florida Keys SPCA. It was at Rick's upstairs, which we hadn't been there before.
Right across from Sloppy Joe's.
Yeah, it was a great location. It was hot. I have trouble with heat. I feel I get overheated very easily, which sounds nuts because I live in the Keys. I've always lived in Florida, but it just affects me a lot.
It's always affected you.
Yeah. And so I think that's part of it is being there and it's being hot. It was a great it was a great event. They had a little costumes
part
competition, and then they had 3 different races. So they had one that was just Chihuahuas, then I think they had mixed breeds, and then they had seniors. So they had 3 different heats of races. We didn't end up staying for all of them because it was hot, and then also it's kind of loud. and like the girls were getting a little overstimulated.
Oh, the
and
Perry was doing very good.
Winnie
was getting
Winnie,
overstimulated.
it was a little much
Perry
for
was
Winnie.
doing actually really good.
Yeah, so we ended up leaving a little bit early, but it was very cute little, like, actually it's a pretty sizable event, very cute event,
Mm-hmm.
great fundraiser. And we just love to support the SPCA in any way we can, or, animal rescue of any sort. So yeah, so it was fun to go out and to go upstairs at Rick's and see that. I could totally see like going there
and just chilling up on the top.
Absolutely, because
you can people watch down.
You just watch. They have like a little area facing Duval Street that's like has bar stools, and there's like a little ledge there, so you could just sit there, have your drink, and watch Duval Street. And like, I would be happy doing that. So especially after like the sun goes down and it's like cooler in the evening, that would be like a great place to go sit and people watch and hang out. So yeah, so that was cool. So we did that, but we were outside. So then I think like the allergy, the pollen and stuff. So, but we just got back from that. But yeah, that's the main thing we had going on today, really.
Yep.
Just getting ready for the week, I guess. But yeah.
Yeah. Yesterday was a fun day too.
Mm-hmm.
We had a listing appointment, which was really cool. That was fun. And then after that, we went on the ghost tour.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So that was sort of
Ted.
Yeah, that was sort of a last minute thing. So Southernmost Ted is one of the most well-known ghost tour guides in Key West. And we've been on a couple of other, so we went on one walking ghost tour a couple years ago. We went on the Ghosts and Gravestones trolley tour a few months ago.
Yeah.
Well, was it around Halloween? It was like around Halloween. Yeah. So we did that and we really liked that one. But Southernmost Ted, we kind of know through the grapevine, and he is very well known around here. And so we actually asked him to be on our podcast. He's our interview this week. We won't release it this week. We'll release it the following week. But so I was like, well, we need to go on his tour before we have him on the podcast so we can experience it, and then we can talk about it more in like a more educated way. So I was really excited about that. So we went on that last night. It was about an hour and a half. It's a walking tour. It's not a long walking tour. It's like maybe 4 blocks. And you stay within like a 4 block area. I think the total walking distance was like half a mile, but it
was not, if it was not bad as far as walking distances.
No, it was not bad. So it was really good. Like, I feel like we've been on a lot of ghost tours. I mean, I say a lot. We've probably been on 5 between here, Savannah, Charleston. Yeah. And absolutely the guide makes it.
Makes or breaks it.
I mean, absolutely. And so like, I think it just matters, or it depends on kind of like what you're looking for. Like, I could understand like if you had like your kids with you, like the trolley tour.
Yep.
There were some people that had their kids with them, and the kids were like, oh, is it scary? And it's like, no, like it's not scary at all. And it was like a little bit silly, like they kind of like do it to where it's like they're dressed in sort of a spooky way, and it's cute, right? But like, I actually prefer the more sort of like grown up version where it's like historically accurate and there's more facts, and it's like, and that's how Ted is he's so knowledgeable and he's a great storyteller. And so like, because the walking tour that we did previously a few years ago was not, it was not good. I don't remember.
To be honest, we actually left early.
Yeah, which is really like for us, because I love that stuff.
Well,
but
I
was
like, part of the problem with that was it was a lot of walking.
It was a lot of walking, and the guide was not good, and it was just like, okay, we gotta go. Like,
sorry, guys.
Yeah, like, so. But Ted was amazing, and he did a really good job. He's a great storyteller. Very engaging, very knowledgeable, and he had his backpack, and he had like all these like pictures that he would show you at all the different locations that they had taken, like of ghosts at the different locations. And yeah, I enjoyed it a lot, and I thought Ted was great. And actually the group was really good that we were with too. We got to talking to a number of people. It was a fairly small group. I think we had like,
which is kind of nice,
maybe 15, maybe. Yeah. I don't even know if it was that many. And they were like really sweet. Oh, and
I prefer
also
the smaller groups.
Yeah, for sure. And also, Ted, which this has not happened on any of the other ghost tours that we've been on, but he had like the paranormal like different tools. So the one that like you turn it on, I think it's called like the SLS, and like it'll say words, so like you can communicate with spirits. And then also they had the I think it's dowsing rods is how you say it. And if you don't know what those are, they're kind of like L shaped, so you hold them. They're just like, they look like pieces of metal that are in the shape of an L, and you hold the short part of the L in your hands, and then the long part of the L is like in front of you and parallel. You should just Google it because I probably am not making sense as I'm describing it, but it was really cool because he had each person in the group, not everyone, but a lot of the people in the group come up as he did like the demonstrations with all the different like, tools that he had. And it was really cool. I thought it was cool. I did the dowsing rods. He had me come up, and it was like, that was my first experience ever trying those or, experiencing those at all. And very interesting, very convincing. So anyways, very good tour. Yeah. I'm excited to interview him.
We're interviewing him Tuesday. So
yeah, Tuesday. I had questions. I had stuff I wanted to talk to him about after, like at the end, but I was like, nope. Okay, let's talk about it on the podcast. So
yeah, say some of the podcast, girl.
Yeah, so we'll talk about it with him on Tuesday. And we'll publish it next week.
Shot 2 podcasts last week.
We did. Yeah.
Because remember, we didn't do our normal Monday because we just what were we doing? Where we got back and we're just like, we just didn't have it in us. I don't remember what we were doing last Sunday, but
I think was that when we went to the beach? That was Mother's Day, wasn't it? We did go to the
beach.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We just took the day off.
We were out in the sun, so we were a little tired.
Yeah.
But we had 2 great interviews. We released one of them. That was with Michael of the Southernmost House and Seaside Cafe, the famous lobster pizza. A lot of you guys have checked that video out already. It's one of the top performing YouTube videos that we've put out. Yeah. So that one was phenomenal. And the other one was with Wayne Garcia. And sorry, guys. And that was really good also.
It was really good. So
that'll be released this Thursday, by the way.
Wayne's a conch. He's a contractor. He is an artist. He's a storyteller. And he's really great to talk to. He's another excellent storyteller. Yeah. You have those people who just are really skilled at telling a story, and he's got great stories from the island. We talk about just historical stories and just things that have gone on the island, and then stories of his own that he shared. And we talked about sort of like paranormal type stuff that he's personally experienced here on the island as well. So we kind of touched on everything that we normally like to talk about. And it was great. We could have sat there and listened to him tell stories for ever. And we're mentioning this in our podcast this week, but in case you don't listen to that, and you're going to be on the island, he is scheduled to be doing a show in January through the studios, and it's going to be he told us it's basically going to be 4 guys, him being one of them, sitting down and talking about the era of drug smuggling in Key West. So that would have been around in the 70s ish, and some of the guys who were involved in smuggling, now the statute of limitations has run out, so they can be, they can talk about it or whatever, but they're going to get up and have a conversation, and then somehow the audience will become involved in the conversation. So it sounds really cool. I'm really excited to hear those stories, and I love listening to Wayne tell stories. So I'm sure this group will be amazing just sitting. I love to do that. I love to sit and listen to people talk about the past and tell stories and things they remember and stuff. So
that's he's got a lot of stories, so we could always have him on again.
Oh, for sure. Stories, absolutely. So that'll be in June. He didn't have the date. I think the studios is still technically setting up, but you can check out the studios online or whatever. We'll post about it too. But if you're going to be here and have interest in that. So we did those 2 interviews as well, which was cool. So it's a pretty...
Don't do it.
Sorry,
guys. This has turned into... I'm going to have to change the name of our podcast to
Yawning in Key West.
Yawning in Key West. Love it.
Yeah. Absolutely.
That would actually be a funny one to do. Just go around and shoot people when you see them yawning.
I know.
With a camera, guys.
Oh my God.
Take a photo of them. Sorry, I should...
There's this like Facebook group that's called, I think it's a Facebook group. It's called the Gravity Chronicles of Key West.
The vortex.
And it's like just people completely passed out. Just absolutely.
They didn't make it through the day.
Or night. And they're just like in these like bizarre like locations.
In the bushes. They're just like literally
totally passed out. Totally passed out.
Yeah.
So they have this Facebook group. And then I also saw this video recently. It's so, oh my God, it's so funny. So it's this guy walking. It was in front of Rick's, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It was like the Rick's cam in the front caught him, but he's just this guy walking down the sidewalk. He doesn't look inebriated or anything. He's just minding his own business.
I'm sure
he was. He had a drink in his hand, so I'm sure he had been drinking, but I don't think he wasn't stumbling around or anything. He just was walking by. And there's this one lone slice of pizza on the sidewalk. It's just laying there. He steps on it. You would think he stepped on ice. I mean, the way
how did he snap his knee in half?
I've probably watched it 25 times because it's you're just like, what? How did he even fall like that? So anyways, you got to Google it. It was like viral. Definitely on TikTok, and then I think I saw it maybe on Instagram as well. Poor guy.
Speaking of viral, your video is freaking crushing.
Oh yeah, I know. I've got like 1.5 million views on it.
Yeah.
The part 1 to the
Count Carl.
Count Carl saga. Yeah, that was one of the stops on our ghost tour.
It was
not the house, but the house that it's the former Dean Lopez funeral home. So Dean Lopez's funeral home is still here on the island. It's just at a different location, but the location that it was at originally, and when I think it's Elena is how you say it. Whenever she was,
how are you saying it? Elena?
No, Elena. It's Elena. So I thought it was Elena, but I think it's Elena. He said it both ways last night.
Yeah.
Ted said it both ways. Anyways, whenever she passed and then the funeral home had her, it was that funeral home. So we were there at the house. It's a house now, but it was a funeral home. So I'm sure that place is
freaking
haunted.
Creepy.
Yeah, creepy. So yeah. So it was a heck of a week. So
it was. And then this week I got a meeting coming up.
Yeah, for your fishing tournament.
Yep. That's happening, I think like June 30th to July 1st.
Yep.
I put a link in our link tree, so you guys, if anyone's interested in that, go ahead and click on over. But I'll have more info on it tomorrow. That's why I haven't really talked about it too much. You can also sponsor if you want to be a sponsor. You can do that too. That's in the link tree also. So we got that. We're just busy. You know, sometimes rarely people will get on our live and say, "Oh man, I was in Key West. I was so bored." There's so much to freaking do.
That I don't even know what that means. Like
I don't either. You can stay busy.
Most nights you have to pick between bare minimum 5 things that you could go do. You're like, if you really are looking for something to do. I mean, if you're bored,
you essentially, like, we get to the point where we're like, we need to not do anything because I'm more worried about getting burnt out than bored.
Yeah.
You know, and I don't mean burnt out in a bad way, but I just mean like exhausted.
Yeah.
So what's coming up this weekend, Key West?
This week in Key West. I'm glad you asked. Actually, there wasn't a lot on the calendar, but that's okay. So the Schooners Wharf Minimal Regatta. So I'll read to you what it is because I thought it sounded cool. So to compete in the Wacky Challenge, this is on May 28th, by the way. So to compete in the Wacky Challenge, each 6-member team must construct a craft out of the most minimal supplies: a single sheet of 4x8 plywood, 2 8-foot-long 2x4s, a pound of fasteners, and a trusty roll of duct tape. Regatta rules even forbid the use of caulking or adhesives, though epoxy paint is permitted. The Sink or Swim Challenge is a Memorial Day weekend tradition in the Florida Keys, with Sunday's fun scheduled to begin at 11 a.m. when teams can register at the Schooner Wharf Bar at 202 William Street. So I thought that was kind of fun.
We might attend that.
That's on the 28th, which is next Sunday. And that's the only thing that's on the Key West after we just got done saying, like, there's always something to do. But on this Key
Yeah,
West
but
events calendar.
Even that's just events. I mean,
yeah.
there's live music if that's your thing. Every night.
Yeah.
Every night, all day. You can go to Hank's, you go to Smoking Tunas, you can go to Rick's, you can go to
Sloppy
Joe's,
Captain Tony's.
What's the frog one called?
Salty Frog.
Salty Frog. Hog's Breath.
Yeah.
I mean, that isn't even close to all of them.
Yeah. There's always something to do, but that's the, I guess maybe the big thing going on this week. I know Memorial Day is coming up too, but that's not till technically, I think is it? Hold on, let me look. It'd be like
Wednesday or something, right?
It's Monday, the 29th.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Memorial Day. So, yeah.
So it's this weekend, essentially, Memorial Day. So the island's probably going to be pretty busy.
Well, I feel like we've had a lot of people on our lives say, I'm coming for Memorial Day.
We're just going to stay inside.
Especially if it's hot. It has been raining a little bit recently.
It has, yeah.
Which has been really nice. So,
well, if we get that listing, it'd be great to do some open houses.
Oh my God, I'd love that. Because there's going to be so many people.
Yeah.
Yeah, so much foot traffic. Yeah. So, we'll let you know if that happens. Yeah. We'll show you guys.
Fingers crossed.
So, I want to do some just like random funny questions.
Okay.
But do you want to do House of the Week first, or do you want to do funny questions first?
Let's do the House of the Week.
All right, so we actually have 2 houses of the week as usual, and they're both in Key West this week. So the first one is, this place has been on the market for just 4 days, and it is located at 625 Eaton Street. It's listed for $2,350,000. It is in Old Town, Key West. And fun fact, Eaton Street is considered the most haunted street in Key West. That's where the artist house is.
All you haunted people.
Yep. So it is a 3-3. And it's 2 blocks from both the waterfront and Duval Street, which is really nice
that's
for
a great location.
Walkability.
Yeah.
It was built in 1889 and is considered one of Old Town's original Grand Dames, proudly displaying a historical preservation star. That's awesome. Renamed the Raven House, it was once Key West's first prominent art gallery, Casa Avila, along with being one of the original homes in Old Town to be restored. Amazing. The home belonged to a prominent local artist, Stephen Avila, who was featured along with the house in a beautiful exhibit at the Key West Museum of Art and History. Renovations and decor were carefully conceived to properly represent the compelling history of the remarkable property. So recent renovations include a completely custom kitchen, roof, air conditioning system, pool refinishing, interior and exterior paint, all new nickel gap ceilings, and many other improvements. It's also in Flood Zone X, which we always say is the best flood zone.
Wow.
But it sits well above grade to provide peace of mind during tropical conditions. The home is being offered turnkey, including the high-end furniture, antiques, and beautiful artwork. So that's pretty amazing. Yeah, so it's a beautiful historic home, really beautifully restored, and it's in a very nice location in terms of walkability.
Phenomenal. The other one's in a great location too.
Yep.
Second house of the week.
The second house of the week is 416 Petronia, number 2.
Who does number 2 work for?
So this one is $612,000. That's right, $612,000 in Old Town. It is 389 square feet, so it's a smaller place.
Teeny tiny.
It's a 1-1, and it was built in 1928. So this place, if you walk with us in the mornings, we walk past it all the time. So it is right there on Petronia Street, and it's like maybe a block and a half from Blue Heaven and La Creperie. It's about a block from Duval Street. It's right there in the middle, right in Bahama Village. Yep. Nice little location. If you guys know, it's called like the Red Shoe something Bistro. Restaurant. The Red Shoe Bistro. I think it's literally right across the street from that. So we walk past it every morning when we do our Duval walk. So it's called Somewhere Over the Rainbow. It's a fabulous brownstone studio condo, just steps from the iconic rainbow crosswalks on Duval Street, which we walk by all the time. So, a fortress from the outside, this fabulous getaway or vacation rental has a New York City feel on the inside. It does. It's fully furnished. The entire condo has been upgraded from floor to ceiling and wall to wall, including impact windows, important in tropical weather. All new kitchen with quartz countertops and stainless steel appliances, new bathroom and laundry area. Bourbon Street Pub is so close you can hear the garden bar parties from your front door. True. Imagine the Pride Parade, Fantasy Fest, New Year's Eve celebrations, and Goombay Festival right at your front door.
For $612.
Literally. Yeah,
that's
for
not
$612.
bad. So like if you want to kind of like, and it's a little bigger than a crash pad, but if you just wanted somewhere to come like be in the mix of things for like big events.
Yeah.
If you got it, 612 ain't bad.
I mean, 389 square feet sounds small, but I feel like when you look at the pictures, it's like, okay.
It's better than you would think. It has laundry in there too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
definitely like very easy for two people to live here.
Oh,
very easy.
Great place for two.
And it's very nicely redone. And it's true. It's so funny because we do walk past it all the time and we would never think that it looks inside the way that it does based on the outside because it really is kind of like a concrete fortress. It just looks sort of like a big pink box kind of on the outside. But the inside is very pretty. And I love they have like exposed brick and stuff on the inside, which is really cool. So so $612,000 and
boom.
It's been on the market 7 days.
Yeah.
If you're interested in it, hit us up.
Let us know.
Yeah. Cool place.
All right. Get them questions going, girl.
All right. Have you ever had a nickname? And if so, what was it? And if I'm asking these questions, it's not because I don't know the answer. Sometimes I know the answer, but I think it's just fun to talk about it. So.
No.
I think you have.
Yeah, but I don't want to talk about it.
Oh. Okay. I have had a nickname before. Well, I feel like I've had kind of like a few nicknames. Probably my biggest nickname, and this isn't even that much of a nickname, but like Steph. Like a lot of people call me Steph, I think.
I don't.
You don't? No. So this is a fun fact about Greg. Greg hates nicknames.
For the most part, yeah. Especially stupid nicknames.
But I think you think all nicknames are stupid.
Yeah, majority of them.
Yeah, you hate nicknames. So he does not call me Steph, has never called me Steph. I mean, sometimes you have like
very rarely
pet names for me, but like for the most part, if you say anything, if you say my name, it's my full name.
Yeah,
call me Steph.
Very, very rare have I called you Steph.
And actually, I think it feels weird when people who don't know me very well call me Steph. Like it feels a little like familiar. It's not like offensive or anything, but you're just kind of like, it's like.
It makes me, I'm like, that's my wife.
She's married.
She's married, kind sir or lady.
That's funny. What two radio stations do you listen to in the car the most?
Well, we have Sirius, so that's what we listen to. It probably would be the 80s. We'll put it on the 90s. We'll do Jimmy Buffett. I know I'm going past 2.
Yeah.
And then reggae.
Yeah, that's true. And then sometimes Dave Matthews Band.
Yeah,
but mostly
not really on there because it's too much of him jibber jabbering.
No, it's
too much talking.
It's
not
too
enough
much
playing.
It's sometimes it's like, okay, come on. Like,
all right,
Dave. Are you
we
okay?
Get it, Dave.
We get it. Skit scat.
Skit scat my bat.
Yeah,
wap.
mostly 80s and 90s.
Yeah.
Yeah. When we were on our ghost tour last night with Ted, one of the stops is the Tropic Theater. And, wait. No, not the Tropic. The Florida Theater, right?
Yeah, whatever it's called.
Yeah. Anyway, so he was talking about, that he's been to a lot of concerts there. And he starts naming off all these concerts. And I was like, oh, yeah, heck yeah. Like, it's like Gin Blossoms and like all these people from the 90s. And he's like, oh, I know. I'm just naming off a bunch of bands from the 90s, but it's cool or something like that. And I was like, heck yeah. Like, those all sound amazing.
Rock on, Ted.
Yeah, rock on, Ted. Yeah, we love. So, like, 80s music, 90s music. Absolutely. That's the most often. That's what we're listening to in the car. Or, yeah, Jimmy Buffett reggae.
But I can kind of listen to anything.
Yes, you probably are a little more, I don't know.
Musically developed.
I mean, I don't think I would say that. You like to listen to rap sometimes.
I'll listen. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I won't deny it.
You like to listen to like some of the more like modern, not modern, but like contemporary, like pop stuff. I
Yeah,
don't really love that. You love K-pop.
yeah. There's nothing wrong with that. For all you K-pop fans, I actually don't even know what K-pop is. So
I think it's like the Korean like boy bands and girl bands. I think those are called like K-pop.
I know. I knew what it was.
Yeah.
I was just trying to play it off.
That's funny. What makes you really angry?
These questions, no. What makes me really angry? I think it takes a lot to get me really angry.
Yeah.
I was getting angry today when that guy was talking really loudly to Perry.
Oh my gosh, we didn't even talk about that. Oh god, I feel like he was like just happened to be drinking at Rick's, and then there was a Chihuahua race there.
Oh, 100%.
Like he was not there for the Chihuahua race; he was like there for the alcohol.
But he was talking really
it was
loudly.
like,
so I told him to.
You did,
and he listened.
Yeah. Well, because like it's already loud there. Clearly, Perry's already nervous, and then he's like this big, loud dude that comes up and is like, "Can I take her picture? Can I, whatever?"
But he's like he's talking
like,
very loud.
Yeah, like I'm not gonna go as loud as he was, but like imagine like just an inappropriate level of loudness at a bar. You're just like, okay, calm down. Yeah. So but yes, I know. I could tell you were like, yeah.
I was like, I don't know. What did I say?
You said, oh, I think you said, oh, or I think he said, oh, can I pet her, or can I something, and you were like, yeah, but quieter, or something like that. And he was like, and then he like lowered his voice. I think he was drinking. He probably didn't have any concept of like how loud.
I think I was like, yeah, but you need to be quiet.
Yes, yeah.
Because he was like, can I pet Perry?
Yeah. She's
and I'm like, I was like, you need to be quieter. And then yes, like he's
poor
two.
Baby. I know.
What makes me really angry? I think just maybe bad drivers make me like.
Yeah.
I'm not raging, but like it's like
yeah.
You
just flip him the bird.
Yeah. Just lay on the horn. Obey traffic laws.
It's easy.
And go at least the speed limit. I go the speed limit.
Yeah, and don't drive in the left lane.
Especially here in the Keys.
Don't drive in the left lane.
There's cops all over. Like
you pass in the left lane. You get in the right lane. If you want to pass and go faster, you can go around. Yes, if you're in the right lane going the speed limit, then that's fine. If you're in the left lane blocking traffic, that's a problem. But you don't do that.
But most of the Keys are one lane, so a lot of them.
Kind of.
A lot of it. Yeah. I mean, not Marathon, but like in the lower Keys area, it's mainly one. I mean, until you get to the main part out there off Boca Chica.
Yeah. Absolutely.
What about you, besides me?
What makes
she rages at me a lot.
Yeah. I don't like when people drive slow in the left lane. That does drive me crazy because it's just it's unnecessary, frankly. I think people who are not cognizant of there being other people in the world, like generally.
Oh God, yeah. Like you're in like a congested area, but they're like they don't even care.
Well, people that'll just like in the grocery store take up the whole aisle, or like
you're not the only people in the world.
Or I can't stand when I'm grocery shopping or any type of shopping, but I don't do a lot of shopping, so I think grocery shopping. And I'm looking at something, and I move quite quickly most of the time. I'm not a loiterer. Like, I know what I'm getting, and I get it, whatever. But when I'm standing there trying to look at something, and someone cannot wait 10 to 15 seconds for me to get what I want and then move along, that they have to come, like, be physically pushy and, like, get right. And it's like, I will lay down. I will sleep there. before I move if someone is being like that, because I go quickly, but I also give people a wide berth, like if they're there looking at something,
Sure.
or I'll go get something else that's on my list and come back.
It's not common
like
courtesy.
Right. So it's just people that are just very like either pushy or like unaware of other people functioning around them and just like in their own world and don't really care how they're impacting other people. Like that definitely like gets on my nerves, because I think that like actually is the root problem of a lot of the other things that I'm like, oh, this, this thing or that thing or whatever. But also people who are cruel to animals or who,
I mean, that's a given.
Yeah, that makes me really angry. Or like,
or who don't have the compassion for animals or something.
Yeah.
You guys are seeing the darker side of living in Key West and what drives us absolutely bonkers.
Yeah. Takers. Also, takers. Drives me crazy. Yeah.
Okay. We got time for one more.
Okay, one more.
Perry. Oh, you know what drives me nuts? People who aren't on time. That's that's probably my biggest pet peeve.
Tardiness.
Is just, for me, showing up at a bare minimum on time. I usually like to be a little early.
A smidge early, yeah.
But like, keep looking for your question. I'm filling in time.
Have it.
Okay. I being on time, like,
it's just respectful of other people.
Yes.
Yeah.
That comes back to almost you thinking like those people thinking like that they're the only ones that matter.
Yeah. I agree.
Woo!
So just not being cognizant of your impact on other people. Like, I think it comes back to that. So which would you rather do? Wash the dishes, mow the lawn, clean the bathroom, or vacuum the house?
I actually don't mind doing any of those. Just for probably the least favorite out of those would be obviously doing the bathroom. I don't mind vacuuming because I kind of like them because you kind of see what you've done.
It's like instant gratification.
Yeah. I would say probably mowing would be third least liked. One, it's very physically taxing, and two, especially down here in the Keys or even in Gainesville, it's very hot once you start mowing again. So that's just a lot. Then it comes down to dishwashing or washing dishes or vacuuming. I prefer to do them both over you because I think I'm better at them than you. Definitely washing the dishes.
Yeah, I'm not good at it. I just go too fast.
I think you do that on purpose. You're just like, oh, did I miss a spot?
Yeah, that's called weaponized incompetence, and it works.
Yeah.
Actually, I just go too fast because I hate doing it.
Yeah,
so
I
I'm
always
just like
have to
bored.
rewash the dishes because there'll still be like avocado on them.
Listen,
she's like, I'm all done.
A little avocado never hurt anyone.
So our like old cottage cheese.
It's just one with the spoon now.
Yeah, we actually had that's called old cottage.
Old
cheesy in there.
Yep, we have that one spoon that's just got cottage cheese on it.
That's what I always give Stephanie when it's time for her to eat. Yeah, I think I probably like vacuuming more. I think this is turned into a very long answer for me, but I
didn't know it was such a thinker.
Washing the dishes because I'm taller.
Oh, it's hard on your body.
It's hard on my body because I have to like duck down or duck down and start turning my back and stuff like that. But I don't mind washing dishes. Just gave like the longest answer ever for doing chores.
I was trying to pick like an easy one because you're like one more.
We have time for one more. This is gonna have to be a two-parter.
Sorry,
now.
I didn't know this was gonna be like a really deep one. But I appreciate the consideration, and you just discussed it. You worked it out. And
oh well, it's on my mind. Paint and sip at Mango's.
Oh yeah.
I think it's the 30th. It's on Sunday. No, so it's 28th.
28th is Sunday.
Yeah.
Which is when the regatta, the one I was just saying, the 20. Yeah, you're right. It's on Sunday.
Yeah.
With Lance.
Yeah.
We did ours.
So sign up for that, guys.
Yeah, if you're on the island.
Yep. Support local artists. Go to Mango's. It's a little paint and sip. Do
Do we know what the art is?
Nope, we need to write them and find out what it is. Because if it's the same as the lips, then we're obviously not going to do it. But if it's not, then I think we might go.
Yeah.
It was fun.
It was fun.
There we go.
And
What was your answer? Make it a little shorter than mine.
If I had to pick...
This is your most favorite?
No, it's just what would you rather do?
Oh, yeah. Definitely bathroom cleaning. Well, if I don't want to,
well, I know. I mean, what would I rather do? I'd probably rather vacuum.
Yeah.
Of all of them. I think it's, again, I mean, it's kind of the same thought process you have, but it's the least hard on your body. Like, even like cleaning the bathroom, if you're like scrubbing the bathtub and scrubbing the toilet
it's just a lot.
it's like, and the bathroom's
a whole
gross.
Thing.
Yeah, it's a whole
Whereas,
thing.
like, the vacuuming, it's funny because we got this when we lived in Gainesville, but we had a plug-in Dyson.
Mm-hmm.
And we vacuumed probably nowhere close to enough.
No. Because we had to get it out and plug it in.
You had to plug it in. It only reached a certain amount.
We ended up just like using a broom and sweeping.
It was just a whole freaking thing.
Yeah, it was a whole thing.
Then we got the cordless Dyson.
Life-changing.
If you're listening to this and you don't have it, get it. Because it is a game changer.
Yes.
To where it's so much easier to vacuum.
Yeah, like we like to vacuum. And especially with our pups and stuff. I mean, less now because it's just Winnie and Perry and they don't shed.
Yeah,
but Naya shed a lot.
Yeah.
So it was, we probably should have vacuumed more than we should. But once we got the cordless one, we vacuumed all the time. So that's one of we should make a list and do a list one time on our podcast of like our best buys that we've ever, because we have some like absolute like
game changer
things that like we wish we would have known about sooner, because they're just like the best products, like things that
that's a good idea.
Yeah.
That might be our next podcast.
Yeah. Well, we also have to finish doing our FAQs. We have like 3 more episodes we can do on that of like questions we didn't answer. Yeah. So we have a lot of content, but yeah. So.
All right. Well, there you go. Now you know what we like to do chore wise, and what makes us frustrated.
But you will never know Greg's nickname.
But you will never know my nickname. That's not a bad nickname. I just don't. Yeah.
Don't want to share it.
Yeah. Gotta keep some mystery.
Little mystery.
Yeah. All right, Steph. Guys, if you like our content, please subscribe. Go ahead and leave some comments. If you have any ideas for future podcasts, let us know what you want us to talk about.
Yeah.
But thank you for listening. Go watch the rest of our videos. Mm-hmm. And once again, if you're looking to buy, sell, or have your property managed in the Florida Keys, reach out to us. We are here to help you. Thank you, and goodbye.